Hi everybody, Dan Oman, Mike Beer, the DRF.com Formulator Race of the Day for Wednesday, April the 5th is race number 3 at Aqueduct. 6.5 furlongs on the main track. It's an optional claimer for 3-year-olds. Let's take a peek at this short field. Remember, head on over to the Race of the Day event page on DRF.com, download those free Formulator past performances, and handicap along with us in post-position order. The number 1 is Blue Belt, Dorad Ortiz, Larry Rivelli. This horse has 2 blowout wins from his last 2 races. Got a really nice trip last time out, tracking 3 wide, but he pounded an okay field.
He never looked like he was going to lose that race. He sat right up there with 2 handfuls of horse, and he crushed them through the stretch. It was a really good performance. I thought a really nice step forward, too. I got to be honest, Dan, I wasn't thrilled. Even though he won by 7, 2 starts back, I wasn't thrilled with this horse's first 2 career starts. He was good last time.
3rd place finisher from that last race, came back to run 3rd in a little stakes race on turf last week at Gulfstream, the Cutler Bay, with an 82 Beyer speed figure. Now it's very unlikely that he's going to get that same trip as last time because he's down inside, and there's another fast one in the 3 horoscope. Does this inside post bother you personally? I think Irada's only one way to go.
He's got to go.
Out sprint horoscope.
He's got to go. I don't even know if he can do it, but he's got to try to outrun horoscope to the lead. Horoscope is a very sharp horse right now, and he has a lot of speed. It puts Blue Belt, I think, in a pretty tough position here, but we'll see what happens with him. Horoscope, you sort of look at him and start wondering, is this what he is now? I wonder.
I think Horoscope had always had a little bit of potential. He took some money. There was a little bit of buzz around him last year at Saratoga. But the number 3 Horoscope, just simply from a speed figure standpoint, is a standout off his last 2 races. 91 and 90. None of these horses have really come close to that. Last time out, he got an easy lead against a weaker field of New York-bred maidens. But it looks like David Canizzo's found this horse's hole card.
Yeah, you know what it is? I guess he just wants to sprint. And I guess maybe fast dirt is what really did it for him. Because even the race, the sprint on December 10th, which was the first one where he sprinted on a fast track, he only got a 66 Beyer. The race is way better than that. That was a really fast pace. It totally collapsed at the end. He almost did it in there with probably the worst of the trip. So that was a good performance, and they turned him back for his last 2. I don't even know what to say about them. He was never going to lose to that field last time. He was way better than those horses. He got loose on the lead. They couldn't beat him. His race 2 back, though, was a big effort against a very well-met first-time starter.
Now, if Blue Belt and Horoscope hook up early, could set things up for the 2, Have Another, who came from off the pace to beat Maidens most recently for David Donk. This horse took a little traffic that day. I like some of the races that Have Another has run for Donk on the inner dirt. I think if you give him some pace, he might be the most likely closing winner.
Yeah, and that's the way I looked at the race, and I don't know if he's good enough, Dan. I think he's going to have to improve to beat both the 1 and the 3 in this race, and maybe the only chance that he really has is if those 2 sort of go after each other early and he can come running at him late. He will be running at the end of this race. It's what he does. And I agree with you. There are a couple of races, going back when they switch him in dirt that are better than they look. He was awful good last time. That was a big run he put in from the top of the stretch.
Our Formulator fact runner is the number 4, Always a Suspect, for trainer Kieran McLaughlin. Let's take a look at that Formulator fact. Over the past 5 years with 3-year-old dirt sprinters in optional claiming races at Aqueduct, 9 of the 11 have hit the board, 3 winners, a 273 ROI. Always a Suspect's a little bit slow, but that Laurel race has come back okay. Recruiting Ready is a very fast 3-year-old. The runner-up came back to win with a 77 Beyer at Laurel. This horse is taken on some decent horses. El Arib, Recruiting Ready, Jay Boys Echo, etc.
Yeah, listen, he was never going to win the Withers. He was never going to beat Recruiting Ready last time. You start going, beyond that in his PPs, though, and I don't know how competitive he really is. He had no excuse not to win the Lost in the Fog. That was an inexcusable loss. I'm not sure how good this horse is, Dan.
I think it would be very foolish just to look at Jewel Heist's 3 starts and say, he's too slow to win a race like this. His career debut, he earned a 62 Beyer, but he did so as a July 2-year-old. All in all, it was a really good effort. Then he took on the scourge of the South Florida 2-year-olds in 3 rules, and he had no chance in either one of those races. John Kimmel's a very sharp trainer, and I wonder if this is the horse that gets the Blue Belt trip from last time, the 3-wide tracking trip, getting the jump on the true closers.
Yeah, maybe he does. We'll see what happens. I agree with your take on him. You don't want to just look at him and think he's too slow to win. I wouldn't look at him that way. It's not an easy spot to start back in because he's got a couple of fast horses to his inside.
Let's take a look at our top selections for our Formulator Race of the Day. Mike's hoping for a little bit of a meltdown. He's going to go with the number 2, Have Another, from off the pace. I think Blue Belt speed pops him. I hope that Arad doesn't try to play some games here and let Horoscope peel away and let him get brave, because is I could see a situation where he breaks, he lets Horoscope go, he gets off the rail, he tracks in second. That's a lot of work in the early portion chasing a fast horse.
Don't concede the lead to a horse who is faster than you on the way in.
But I think the Blue Belt is getting better, and I'd like to see what he does at this 6.5 furlong distance. Have another 3-1 third choice on the morning line. How would you bet him?
Yeah, if he's the third choice in the race, I'm going to take a small chance and bet him to win in this race. I'm a big fan of this horse, and I think he's pretty good.
Mike's going with the 2. Have another. I'll take the number 1 Blue Belt, looking for his 3rd consecutive victory. If you are playing the Aqueduct Wednesday card from home, a $300 sign-up bonus is available to new DRF Bet subscribers. Just head on over to drf.com/trifecta for all of the details. An approximate post time for our race of the day is 2:29 Eastern. Best of luck.